Adios, winner of the recent Victorian Pacers Derby final. He's a flashy chestnut with a broad white blaze and has captured the imagination of all trot goers. Right, the blue light flashes, wings fold, and they're off in the Derby, and Paleface Adios from the number 2 left the gate like a rocket. Bold Jason wide out began brilliantly at Michael Bruce between that pair as they spear to the first corner. But Paleface Adios with superior speed led them at a jog as they go to the back. In front by a length to Bold Jason, caught on the outside of Mitchell Victory. A length further back, Michael Bruce getting a trail, one out. In on the fence behind those, Ian Henry, there's a bit of trouble there. Michael Bruce checked rather sharply, came back on top of Tarcoola Frost, who in turn came back onto Trotguide. They all stayed in their gear though. Another country getting up along the inside behind Ian Henry, and he's pulling very hard. And the filly Blackdell at the tail of the field as they leave the back and move to the turn with a bit over a mile to go. Paleface Adios the leader, and Fair Dinkum looks to be going at a jog as they swing into the straight, leads a length on Mitchell Victory. A length to Ian Henry on the outside with no cover. Bold Jason in on the fence and pulling very hard. Another country followed by Michael Bruce. Blackdell taking off 3 deep around the field up towards the lead, and then Tarcoola Frost and Trotguide last as they leave the straight. 11 3/4 left to run. Paleface Adios has got them jogging and getting it very easy in front. Leads a length to Mitchell Victory on the inside of the filly Blackdell. A length away Ian Henry on the inside of Bold Jason, who now gets a trail. Then Michael Bruce also pulling pretty hard on the outside of another country, followed by Tarcoola Frost and Trotguide. In the back straight in the Derby, 11.5 or 6 furlongs to run. And the odds on top, Paleface Adios, this pacing tornado from the Riverina, is going along on the bit at a working jog. Leads a length to Blackdell. In on the fences, Mitchell Victory, a length to Bold Jason around Ian Henry, followed by Michael Bruce and another country. A length Tarcoola Frost racing one off the rail, and the Victorian Trotguide trails the field. Into the straight now with a half mile left to go. Red light winking, the bell is sounding. They're about to commence the final circuit. And Paleface Adios, by golly, he's going easily in front. Leads a length to Blackdell. Mitchell Victory pocketed. The Victorian Trotguide taking off 3 deep right around the outside of Bold Jason and Ian Henry. Then Michael Bruce, another country, being pushed back to the tail, is still pulling hard. And Tarcoola Frost out 3 deep is tailing Trotguide as they race to the back. 2.5 furlongs to go. Colin Pike sitting up on Paleface Adios. He's got a lap full of horse. Paleface Adios, a length to Mitchell Victory with nowhere to go. Blackdell is dropping out of it. Trotguide running on well, followed by Ian Henry as they leave the back and move to the turn. Pike sitting quietly on the leader. Trotguide on his outside. Mitchell Victory locked in into the straight in the Derby, and the broad white blaze of Paleface Adios turns the corner, and Pike now pops the question as they straighten up. Paleface is race clear of Trotguide. Mitchell Victory bullocking out of the pocket, but it is all Paleface Adios. Pike sitting quietly on him as they get near home, and he's won by only a half length, but looked to have plenty up the sleeve. Paleface Adios beat Mitchell Victory, third either Trotguide or another country, then Michael Bruce, Ian Henry, Blackdell and Bold Jason, and last is Tarcoola Frost.